Every animal on this planet has a natural predator. Lions fear hyenas in large numbers. Elephants avoid crocodiles near water. Even sharks retreat from orcas. But almost every large animal on Earth shares one fear in common: the fear of humans. Not because humans are the strongest. Not because humans are the fastest. Not because humans have claws, fangs, or have armor. Humans have none of those things. Yet a lion that has never seen a human before will often retreat the moment it catches a human scent. Elephants that have had no contact with hunters will still panic at the smell of human clothing. Chimpanzees, our closest relatives, will flee in genuine terror from a single unarmed human approaching on foot. This reaction does not need to be learned. In many cases, it appears to be inherited, and that raises a deeply unsettling question. What did ancient humans do to the animals of this planet that left such a permanent mark on their instincts? The answer begins not with weapons. It begins with something far more terrifying: patience. Predators hunt in short, explosive bursts. A cheetah reaches full speed in seconds, but cannot sustain that speed for more than a minute. A lion relies on surprise and power in an ambush lasting seconds. Even a wolf pack, one of nature's most persistent hunters, typically gives up after a chase of a few miles. Ancient humans did something no other predator on Earth does consistently. They followed prey for hours, sometimes for an entire day, across open terrain, through heat, through dust, across distances that exhausted everything they pursued. This is called persistence hunting. And for prey animals, it was unlike anything evolution had prepared them for. A gazelle can outrun a human effortlessly, but a gazelle cannot sweat. It cools itself by panting. After a long chase under direct sun, a gazelle begins to overheat. It stops to recover. The human keeps walking. The gazelle runs again. The human keeps walking. This cycle continues until the animal can no longer stand. There are no weapons involved, no traps, no strategy more complex than simply refusing to stop. For animals that evolve alongside every other predator on Earth, this behavior made no biological sense. Every other threat eventually gave up. Humans did not give up. And that was terrifying, in a way that fangs and claws could never be. But persistence hunting alone does not explain everything, because ancient humans also did something else no other predator ever mastered at the same level. They learned to kill from a distance. A lion must be close enough to touch its prey. A wolf must be close enough to bite. Ancient humans could kill from 30, 40, even 50 meters away, with sharpened stones tied to wooden shafts, with throwing sticks that could break bone on impact, with coordinated groups throwing simultaneously from multiple directions. For prey animals, this created a completely new kind of threat. But killing from a distance was only part of what made ancient humans uniquely dangerous. There was something else, something that no other predator on Earth possessed: the ability to share information across time. A lion learns from its own experience. It cannot warn its offspring about a specific human hunter operating in a specific valley. Ancient humans could. They could describe a successful hunting technique to the next generation using language. They could explain which animals responded to which strategies. They could transmit accumulated knowledge about prey behavior across dozens of generations without any individual needing to personally discover it. This meant that ancient human hunting strategies improved continuously over centuries. While prey animal instincts evolved slowly over thousands of generations, human tactics could change within a single lifetime. The prey was always slightly behind. The hunter was always slightly ahead. And the gap between them kept widening. Scientists studying ancient hunting sites have found evidence of increasingly sophisticated trap designs across time. Early sites show simple pit traps. Later sites show complex systems of funneling walls that guided animals towards specific killing areas. Even later sites show evidence of coordinated drives involving dozens of individuals working together across kilometers of terrain. Each generation inherited not just the physical tools but the accumulated strategic knowledge of every generation before them. For the animals they hunted, facing that kind of opponent was genuinely unprecedented in the history of life on Earth. No other predator got smarter every generation. No other predator passed down its hunting strategies like a growing library, and no other predator could adapt its tactics faster than the natural selection of its prey could develop new defenses, a threat with no minimum safe distance. Every other predator announced its presence with movement, sound, or smell at close range. Humans could stand still, upwind, silent, and kill without ever being detected until it was too late. Home animal instinct had a category for this. Their bodies did not know how to respond, so they responded the only way available to them, with total avoidance. With generational fear passed from mother to offspring, before any direct encounter ever occurred. There is another piece of this that almost nobody talks about. Ancient humans hunted in groups, and they communicated during the hunt, not just with grunts or gestures, but with increasingly sophisticated coordination, driving herds toward cliffs, surrounding animals from multiple directions simultaneously, blocking escape routes before the prey animal realized it was trapped. No other predator on Earth coordinates a hunt using language and shared planning. For animals that evolved specific counter strategies against specific predators, humans presented a problem with no solution, because the strategy kept changing. A zebra knows how to respond to a lion. It has no inherited response for a group of silent, patient, coordinated hunters who change their tactics based on the terrain. Scientists studying animal behavior noticed something remarkable. Many large animals show fear responses to humans that go far beyond what direct experience would explain. Elephants in regions with no history of human hunting still show elevated stress hormones when exposed to recordings of human voices. Certain species of large mammals demonstrate avoidance behaviors toward human scent even in the complete absence of any negative interaction in their lifetime. This is called the landscape of fear, and humans have reshaped it everywhere we have ever lived. Megafauna extinctions followed human migration across continents with striking consistency. As ancient humans spread into Australia roughly 50,000 years ago, the continent lost most of its large animals within a few thousand years. The same pattern appeared in the Americas. The same pattern appeared across large parts of Africa as human hunting technology improved. Animals that had never encountered humans before had no learned response and no inherited caution. They were easy prey. Animals that survived long enough alongside humans learned something that got passed down. Humans are different. Humans do not follow the rules. But there is something even stranger about the human fear effect. It does not just change where animals go. It changes how they think. Researchers studying deer populations near and far from human activity found something remarkable. Deer near humans became significantly more cautious in their decision-making. They spent more time scanning for threats. They chose different feeding times. They moved differently even when no human was present. The mere possibility of a human encounter reshaped their entire behavioral strategy. Scientists call this the ecology of fear, and humans have triggered it on a scale no other predator ever has. A wolf changes how prey behaves in the valley where it hunts. Humans changed how prey behaves across entire continents. There is also evidence that ancient humans understood this fear and deliberately used it. Archaeological records from multiple continents show evidence of systematic fire use during hunts. Fire created walls of smoke that drove herds in specific directions. Fire could be used to seal off escape routes. Fire, combined with human presence, created a kind of terror with no parallel in the natural world. An animal that smells smoke also smells humans. Two threats arriving simultaneously from the same direction. No evolutionary preparation existed for that combination. Researchers studying rock art left by ancient hunter-gatherer communities found consistent depictions of coordinated hunting strategies. Some show humans driving animals toward cliffs. Others show groups splitting to cut off escape routes. A few show what appears to be deliberate use of terrain to create ambushes invisible to prey until the moment of attack. Ancient humans were not just physically dangerous. They were strategically dangerous in a way that required prey animals to develop entirely new survival instincts. And those instincts, once developed, did not disappear. They were inherited. They spread through populations. They became part of what it means to be a prey animal, sharing a world with humans. Today, wildlife researchers use something called the human fear effect to describe how animals across the planet behave differently near humans compared to near other predators. Animals that would stand their ground against a lion will flee from a human at much greater distances. They stay alert for longer after a human has passed. They avoid areas that carry human scent even when no human is present. A study comparing how far animals fled from different predators found something striking. Animals ran significantly farther from humans than from lions, wolves, or bears, even when the humans in the study were unarmed researchers making no threatening movements. The ancient reputation of the human hunter had outlasted every individual encounter. It is becoming coded in behavior across entire species, so the next time you walk through a forest and the birds go quiet before you arrive, or a deer freezes and stares before vanishing into the trees, or a predator twice your size turns and walks the other way, remember what that silence actually means. It is not just instinct. It is memory, the memory of something ancient humans did to the animals of this planet so consistently and so effectively that it rewrote the behavioral patterns of entire species. Not in one generation, not in 10, but over thousands of years of encounters that ended the same way, with the humans still standing. If this changed the way you think about something as ordinary as walking through nature, that is exactly what this channel does. Drop a comment and tell me which part surprised you the most. And make sure you are subscribed, because next time we are answering a question even stranger than this one.